And we're back.
Yeah, dude.
Episode 3, Podworthy. See what's got Podworthy going on this week. Cut that out.
It's staying.
Cut it all out. Anyway, what do we got going on this week? We got KG. Hey, what's the lighting situation like over at your place? What are you up to?
What I have is like this little glass jar, and it's got this it looks like it's homemade, but it's just stuffed like Christmas lights inside the jar. So that kind of sets the vibe, right?
Oh, that's pretty cool. Is that like a Pinterest project or something, or?
Yeah, I didn't make it.
You had the idea yourself?
I think this was bought like this.
Oh, okay. So it was like intended. It's not you just being like, I don't know. I'll put a bunch of lights in the jar, and then we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, for the future, maybe.
Lights in jars. It's the future.
And then I have a lamp with an orange light on, and the orange is for creativity. So we'll see.
The orange is for creativity. I remember. Yeah, you do have that little red lamp over there.
Well, I said orange. I didn't say red.
Yeah, I know you said orange, but I've seen it before, and it comes off as a reddish hue.
I don't know what's going on with you.
You know, it's one of those things. It's like you see somebody say orange, but they mean red. That's what you did.
That's what Hugh did.
Oh, Hugh.
Yeah. Shout out to Red Hugh.
Red Hugh. Great band name.
It's a fantastic band name. Did you get that snap I sent you of the intro I'm working on for the podcast?
No, I didn't. I didn't get that. I did get a snap that said guilty pleasure, and I wanted to ask you about that because I wasn't sure what that was.
I don't want to talk about that. No. That was a pork bun.
A pork bun, because it looked pretty good. I didn't know if it was a Chinatown excursion or what.
No, I went out to the Asian market. I ended up making the soup dumplings.
Soup dumplings?
We talked about that 2 episodes ago.
That was a good snap, too.
Yeah, no, so I made them, and it was a process. Like, you think, how do you get soup inside a dumpling? It's possible. It was hard, though. Not really. Kind of like you take pork neck. So I had to go to the Asian market for all this because you can't
You're not getting this in ShopRite.
You're not getting this in the American market.
Mm-mm.
So I got pork neck and some pork skin with scallion and ginger, and just put water in that, John.
Yeah.
And reduced it halfway, for throughout 2 hours, and it turns into a jello, like a meat jello. Wow. So then, put it in the fridge overnight, and you mix the jello with the pork, and it just kind of blends in, and you roll up those dumplings and steam them, and there's soup inside them. It's fantastic.
Wow, that is a lot.
So I had too many though. I had way too many, so I had to call over John and Jenna to help me with that.
Yeah, see, you do that. That's what is that? That sounds like a whole day for you. For me, I would have just woke up, be like, I want some dumplings, and then just bought some dumplings.
I made dumplings from 4 o'clock to 11 last night.
Well, that's what happens when you're a chef, you know? I'm just the consumer of the food. I just go, I want dumplings. Go to Chinatown, get some dumplings. But you never think of all the hard work and meat jello that goes into the process.
But you never think about the meat jello.
Mm-mm.
That'd be fun. That'd be something just to be like, I have dessert. It's meat jello.
The new dessert you showed up with.
It's like dessert, but it's not.
It's not. It's meat jello.
I go into Fallon this Thursday. That's this Thursday. And I have the guest. I know who they are.
Yeah. Well, before you get into that, we should do. That reminds me of something. We're going to take this show a little. I mean, obviously, I do the podcast in Ohio. Nick does it in New Jersey. But we're going to take it a little bit. We're going to do the podcast from some other spots. I was going to ask you if you wanted to do the podcast maybe from New York. Maybe
I probably
a pre-Fallon and post-Fallon interview.
Yeah, I like the way that sounds. Probably do something. Maybe we'll, like, me and Dan are going to Chinatown, so maybe we can just do it straight from. We'll just give you the experience of what we're ordering and whatnot.
Yeah, that'll be good because I have coming up. I'm going to Chicago for St. Patrick's Day this upcoming weekend, so I'm definitely going to try to broadcast from Chicago.
Yeah, and then I'll be in LA the beginning of April, so we'll do one then from LA.
Yeah, we need a good social media team so we can tweet this out. Be like, hey, if anybody's in the Sherman Oaks McDonald's, Nick will be there doing a podcast.
No, I'll be out in the West Hollywood McDonald's this time.
West
It's
Hollywood.
not called McDonald's.
The what?
It's called Wellington's.
McWellingtons. But you don't have any because last time you had Taste of Conan.
No, I feel bad about that. You know, I didn't go.
Yeah.
And I could have just canceled them, and I never did. I thought that was going to put me on bad behavior with One Iota, but we're all right.
One Iota.
That's oneiota.com. Shout out. That's who distributes all like the tickets for daytime TV and whatnot.
Yeah, shout out to them. Please let us get tickets again.
Yeah, no. So Fallon, I have Bill Hader.
Oh.
And
who's hosting SNL this week?
Who's hosting SNL and Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett. That's so funny. I was just talking about him at work. Like, I was talking to my boss, and I was just like, yeah, I could never work at the Jimmy Buffett to hear Jimmy Buffett all day long. Like, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's a guest or.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a guest of the musical. Yeah.
Because who doesn't want to hear him play? I
know.
I'd be like, yo, I saw Jimmy Buffett live.
Yeah.
And it was all pre-recorded, and like, I don't think he sang. That's what it was like with R. Kelly when we went.
R. Kelly. Oh yeah, I didn't see R. Kelly, but I know you said he was.
You didn't
see
R. Kelly?
I think that was the other trip you went with Klasky.
No, I'm almost positive it wasn't. You know why? Because that was my birthday, which was in January.
Oh yeah.
And R. Kelly had a Christmas themed set and song.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's how
That's how unappealing and like forgettable R. Kelly was.
Yeah, R. Kelly was really forgettable.
Yeah, isn't that a song of his?
Yeah. Forgettable. What did I had? Bill Hader. Bill Hader's the guest.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be good.
That's great. Did you see this past SNL?
I did for like until Weekend Update, and then I stopped for the second musical performance. Yeah,
so you saw a good amount. You see the Shrek skit?
Yeah.
That was funny. That was really funny.
That was good. I didn't sometimes they just write skits and like they just seemed like they were like, all right, this is going too long. Should we just cut it with like not a punchline?
Yeah, I saw a couple skits that just had like
that Family Feud skit was like very cut. Like there was just no punchline to that.
Yeah, it just went to Common and then it just went to commercial.
Like if that Common bit was your whole thing, you could have probably did a Common impression differently.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so. It didn't, or maybe better because I just didn't fuck with that.
Yeah, it was so.
But let me clarify. I love making fun of Common. Like he's a funny dude.
He is. He's a funny dude to make fun of.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Sterling K. Brown was great. I thought.
No, his energy was all there.
His energy was there. I thought his monologue was solid. Sterling Kathleen Brown.
I skipped the monologue for a smoke.
Yeah, wasn't that bad. Did you see the pre? Did you see the cold open?
The pre-cold open or the regular cold open?
The pre-cold open.
Yeah, the news was pretty good.
Yeah, the news was great. Did you see the cold open though? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I didn't.
That was actually pretty good. It was like the Bachelor parody, but it was with Robert Mueller.
Oh yeah,
Mueller.
You had a little.
He's absent. Robert Mueller's absent today. It's his day off.
Mueller's day off?
Mueller. So
yeah.
anyway, but it was about that with collusion, and it was really funny. I thought it was real good.
I'll have to check it out. I will definitely watch the whole Bill Hader one because it's like I love it when someone who was at least a good cast member comes back to host.
Yeah, we were just talking about like Bill Hader. What's he up to? Like, what's he doing?
I guess
he got a movie coming out.
Is that one show still going with him and Fred?
Oh, yeah, but I feel like that's
documentary
now. I think it is. I mean, as far as I know, I think it's on the second or third season. But I feel like that doesn't take up much time, and I feel like that's not even a big deal. Like that's just a small show on IFC.
Yeah,
that they do every now and then. But I love that show. I like that documentary now. Got to see if that's coming back for another.
Well, they did 2 seasons for sure, and they were both hilarious.
Yeah, they were. Gentle and soft.
Oh yeah.
Blue Jean and Company.
Yeah. That episode was fun. That was maybe the best.
Yeah.
Catalina Breeze.
Yeah. Oh, that was a classic. Yeah, really hoping that comes back.
Or Gentle and is that the same episode or is that a different episode?
I want to say it's the same episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fun.
TV says you got the high class blues. Seems the caravan to Aruba is not the road that you would choose. A barstool intellectual, the master's degree in small talk, and going to the movies. Catalina Breeze, Catalina Breeze.
They're my favorite of the morning zoo tactics.
So today we're gonna have Kevin Giles on, and our friend Kevin Giles.
KG in the house.
KG, it's a good dude.
It's a good dude. We should mention that he shot the Sleepless video.
He did my first. Yes, my first music video. We'll say that.
Yes, we'll say that. We'll say the first one.
We'll say that's the first one.
Yeah, you gotta link.
Google,
you gotta link up that video.
YouTube, Nikki Fool, and you'll find my 2 and only videos up there. They're both fire.
Both some fire videos. I thought there was a rumored third.
There is always going to be a rumored third.
Huh.
It might happen. Maybe. I don't think we can get Kevin on, though, because he's not who he... I mean, and that video was dope, but he's too good for us now.
So don't search Terry Williams. Just leave Terry Williams out of that? Or where is that?
Oh, that's our old producer. We don't want to talk about Terry anymore.
Who has no affiliation to Ted. We...
No.
Can't stress that enough. We want to stop talking about Ted.
No, but I do want to talk a little more that how impossible do you think it is to track him down?
Considering the guy doesn't have a home, I think it's very possible.
Because I will come out there and we'll do a pod with him.
Yeah, I like it. I'm a little offended. That's the reason you need to come out.
That's
just to talk to a homeless guy.
Literally the only reason I'd ever go out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe you could just come out. It's a nice city. But, you know, if you just want to chase around a homeless guy for a little bit, for a couple of days, find out what corners he's at, and then just get him to what do you have to ask, Ted?
I don't know. I guess I'd have to ask him what the hell is he doing? Like, what happened?
Ted, what's up? You don't want to be just a radio guy? What's going on?
It'd be like, what are you hooked on, bro? And how much you scoring?
I don't think the answer is going to be phonics.
I think it might be. That's why his voice is like that. He used that program better than anyone.
If that's how he got it, I need to book on
Yeah.
phonics.
So, spring break, huh?
Spring break.
You going down to Cancun?
No,
you're going to Chicago.
Chicago's the only spring break I'm really doing.
What are you going to do out there?
We got an Airbnb, and then we got it's St. Patrick's Day weekend, so we're just going to go to all the bars.
You going to go to Portillo's?
Yeah, that's like number one on my list is the food.
Yeah.
There's also a great popcorn place out there. It's called Garrett's Popcorn. And it's just like the regular, like, I don't know if they started this, but it's like, it's the most famous, like, bucket of caramel cheese and regular popcorn. And it's just super good.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, they have we tried to go there and like you got to wait in the line for like 20 minutes just to get their popcorn.
No, that's dry. Like I could for some reason, and I understand both concepts of popcorn, but I
Podcorn. Oh, that's the show name.
Oh, that's a good one.
Podcorn. No, that's what we do for like a movie review. We'll do a movie review podcast and it'll be popcorn.
That's like it's like our like Doug Benson version. He has like a Doug Loves Everything. So our movies, and we'll get to see free movies, hopefully in the end, for Podcorn.
Kind of watching free movies now, but that's a different story.
So my first idea when you said popcorn was like you're just getting like Philly, like this would be Philly style, I guess. You get a bucket of popcorn, and then you just squirt whiz all over it, and then just caramel all over it.
Yeah, it's something you're gonna need to try.
No, that sounds horrible. That's the first thing I thought. I don't know why.
Yeah, Philly style Podcorn. See, it could also be like a podcast just about corn.
There is probably such. And
yeah,
welcome back to Podcorn. The husks are growing.
I'm glad we're consistent with that because I think we're averaging like 3 Southern voices per episode.
That one was my...
At least.
Honestly, I don't think that Southern voice matched to the corn I was going for. That was some different corn.
Some different corn from some different places, from some different people.
What's that? You want to talk... That's just Dr. Phil. You want to talk about corn.
Oh, you reminded me of Dr. Phil. Did you ever see there was a video that was going around on Facebook, and it was this guy who had a drinking problem, and he shows up to the studio,
they got him all like
dead
up.
sober, and they boozed the hell out of him.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's classic.
That's classic Phil.
You're gonna take a couple shots before you're on my cameras.
Your problem is yourself, not our crew.
Yeah, and like, because the kid who was going on the show that was wasted comes out, and his dad's in the audience, and is like, "I just dropped him off 20 minutes ago. Where did he even get? Like, we took the same car over here. Where did he get all the booze?"
What was the dad saying on Dr. Phil? Like, what were you sneaking alcohol with you again?
You drinking the devil's juice?
Here, give me 1 minute. My phone's about to die, and let me get a charger. You want to just ramble about something?
I think we just did for 25 minutes. Rambling man. So Nick's going to go, and he's going to go do his thing for a little bit. We're going to be here. This is going to be the NPR Minute until Nick gets back. We're going to talk about all things NPR, the National Police Registry of Greater Ohio, until Nick gets back. Sounds like he's making his way.
Hey, how are we doing?
Hey! We're done with the NPR minute.
Oh, nice. I like it. We got to include at least 1 minute of NPR.
Yeah, 1 minute where we just talk really, really softly.
Oh, my God. Sorry for the out of breath. I had to round up 2 flights for that charger.
Yeah, it's all good. Cut that entire ramble.
I'll go back and listen. No, we'll see where that goes. Maybe I could cut like a little snippet of you saying something good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta think that sorry man, I'm out of breath right now. See, I used to rip the bong and then I realized my phone was about to die, so I went into panic mode. Like if you're ever on 1%, you're like, how did I make it to 1%? You just you're like, I can't die now. I ran.
I was on 1% the other day.
No, it's a 1%er thing.
Yeah, I think it was at work and I was on 1% and I was just
Fuck it.
Just not having to get time.
When I work, I can't look at my phone at all. But I guess I don't know, different jobs.
You can't look at it at all.
I won't look at my phone for like 12 hours straight.
You don't even know what time it is.
No, there's always a clock somewhere, right?
What about you don't get text, or do you turn it on?
I do, but I completely ignore them because I'm just I'm locked in.
In the zone.
I'm locked in.
You're a good employee, I guess.
I mean, I guess if I go on break, I'd check out my stuff.
Dude, I haven't been on break in forever. I haven't got a job with a break in the longest time.
You okay there?
Yeah, drop my tweezers.
Whoa. You're tweezing during the pod?
During the cast, I'm tweezing during the cast.
You're tweezing during the cast.
We get it almost every night. And when that moon gets so big and bright, it's supernatural.
Can't leave that in.
I'm not cutting it. Wouldn't that be great? You can't cut that out. Man, you really posted that? Oh, shit, man. That's funny.
Yeah, put the laughter in somewhere else.
Oh, man.
Edit it all together.
We're not worthy. Yeah, open that snap after this and let me know what you think, because maybe it could be played this episode, but I don't know if I fuck with it. But I'm making it, so you gotta let me know.
I don't have it.
What?
I don't have the snap.
Who the fuck did I send it to then?
I have the snap opened at Sunday, 10:13 p.m.
It's getting me nervous.
That wasn't it.
Oh, it's still sending. Oh, delivered just now, it says. You got it?
Some good vibes so far, yep.
Oh, you're listening to it?
I like it.
I don't think you're listening to it. I think that would play through the podcast.
I just listened to it. It was like, beep, beep, we're not worthy. It was pretty good.
It's kind of like how it goes, so I'm not going to discredit you, but...
No, I did. I just listened to it. You can just...
And you heard the little "we're not worthy" snippet?
Yeah, I like that.
All right, yeah. And I feel like that length might be appropriate, because kind of when I get to the point.
Oh, yeah, because, I kind of just realized it was the... It was Ayo, we doing this? I'm with you, Diev.
Hey, papi, you want to get some more taco?
Maybe that should be on. You got to put a... go Burrs, man.
Hey, go Burrs, yeah. Maybe. We'll have to see, maybe we could form a theme song after multiple episodes so we can grab some sound bites.
Yeah, grab all the snippets.
Hashtag snippets.
Snippets. Well, that's a solid 31 minutes, so we probably got 7 good minutes out
I think we probably have a solid 8 minutes. You want to go off into the dust?
If you want to head to the dust, head to the
dust. All right, so anything you want to listen to today?
Listen to, like, for the show?
Like, after we hang up here, we'll listen to a song.
Oh, yeah. It's a Hard Not Life by like the one where Mike Myers is doing it as Dr. Evil.
All right, done. All right, we'll be back with Kevin Giles.
I know guys on crack that makes more sense than you.
Ho.
Yo.
All right.
I got Kev with me.
You got Kev with you?
Yeah.
All right, let me give him a proper introduction. I've been working on it. All right, so the next guest we got coming on the show, you made him from his many accolades, one of them being the Directors Guild of America Student Film Award, Eastern Region winner. He's a Drexel grad from 2012 to 2016, graduated in 2016. He's a development intern at the Flynn Picture Company, but that stopped in August of 2014. He was a production intern from September 2014 to March 2015 for 7 months in Santa Monica, California. We have one mutual connection, that's Raymond DiPiano. As you guys could probably guess, our next guest is freelance filmmaker, Drexel grad, Kevin Giles, ladies and gentlemen.
Kevin Giles, we have him. You probably know him from at least 6 of those things.
Yeah. I should mention, I have to give a plug for that information all came via LinkedIn. Because remember, if you're not linked in, you're linked out.
I don't read your piano, man.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get the shout out. I threw him in there last minute. You know what? Why not? He needs something.
I had this whole bit written up, and it was like, man, Kev's the only director that doesn't have an Instagram. And then I was like, wait, doesn't Kev have an Instagram? And I Google it. So I Google Instagram, and it brings me to this website, Instagram. No, so I go on Instagram. I'm like, yeah, no, I like most of his shit. So
it's like the least active Instagram like ever.
Yeah, maybe you were late to the party or something.
And I don't take pictures. I'm like one of those weird filmmakers who sits around cameras all day but doesn't take any pictures.
I wasn't sure if it was a director thing.
No, it's just a me thing.
Just
I'm just slacking. I'm the worst. It's really bad.
Man, now I gotta question myself whether I follow Kevin.
I would check that.
Makes me look bad, man.
Yeah.
Gotta hop on that. I'll have something like 3 weeks from now. I'll have something. It'll be a really tight picture. I promise.
Oh, good. I need that on IG.
It'll be my one.
I need my KG on that IG fill.
So what? So all right. So let's plug them. Let's get your IG and Twitter.
All right, my IG. I think.
Oh shit! I'm not following. I am now. All right. There we go.
Same.
Oh shit!
What? Can you tell me what it is?
Here, can you plug Kev's Instagram?
Yeah, it's Kev_ the KG.
Yeah, I think.
Is it the KG1 or no the _KJ?
Kev_ the KG.
The KG.
I think it's the same for Twitter too.
All right.
I'm not that creative. I'm not that imaginative. Just.
Now I do know I have you on Twitter because I was gonna bring up some tweets.
Oh, go for it.
You have. I have a tweet or two.
I just gotta. The one I was gonna bring up was just like, like you can like Trump, but like you're just a flagrant supporter. You're just a flagrant.
Yeah, I actually have. I have something written down too. Why do you love to objectify women?
He's the only person I've ever seen to go
ambush you.
Y'all got me. Jeez.
He's the only person I've seen hashtag not me too.
Shit, man, I can't work in the film industry with that on me. Like, damn, guys.
No,
I mean, I rep the orange, man. You know me. That's my dude right
Team
there.
Orange.
Team Orange, man. Got to build that wall,
Yeah, Kev's not time's up. He's anti-time's up. He's like, time's still
down,
going.
Man.
Time's down.
Time is still running. I still get to touch these people.
Yeah.
I touch them in their objects. That's my motto. That's my mantra. I got a shirt coming out.
If you know Kevin, that's the way he thinks, and he doesn't laugh at anything.
I haven't laughed this entire podcast.
He's so stupid.
You could check the tape. I haven't giggled once.
No, but speaking of Twitter, I saw you're pretty pumped about that women's USA hockey game.
Dude, you don't know how hard I go for the Olympics, man. I was up. I watched that game live. Like
that was at like 3 a.m, right?
I was. It started at around. It was like 11:10, maybe like it was like late night. I stayed up for the rest of that game. I watched every single period, the overtime, and the shootout.
Wow. Yeah, it was real crazy.
Man. And I don't watch hockey. Like, I watch maybe one hockey game every 5 years, easy. And that was it for me. I was all in. I didn't even know the team. I learned everyone's names. I follow all of them. They're the best, man. They're the best.
Yeah, was it Hillary
Knight is
Isn't
a
that
goat,
one of them?
man. Hillary Knight is a goat.
Right.
And those sisters, man. Oh my gosh, I forget their names. It's like the
Jessica Mendoza.
It was the sisters. It was the one sister that hit the Tia Tamara.
Julie the Cat Gaffney, I'm pretty sure was the goalie.
Yo, that shootout, she was legendary, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was real good.
Dude, don't get started.
Yeah, it was a disappointing. I'm usually always watching hockey on the Olympics, but this year, since they took the NHL players out, I got to admit, for me, it was a little less exciting. I didn't watch too many Team USA games.
I was pissed about that because the men were just awful, dude. I was like, let me check out.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Game.
I think the
Russians. The women are gonna kill it. Let me check out one game for the dudes. It was sad, man. It was sad. I was like, all right, so I guess I'm all in on the women.
Yeah, the women's was a little more exciting because they wanted to get the redemption of that loss. Because I remember watching them lose to Canada.
That
it was like
footage.
The same
they showed that footage, and I was like, oh my god, they gotta win. They gotta win. I'll die. I was literally on the floor, like the whole overtime, whole shootout. I was like, come on, like I was like emotional. I've never been that invested in a hockey game in my life. It was so real. Yeah,
that is great.
So what other sports besides women's hockey do you watch
hockey
for Olympics?
I go hard. If we're talking Winter Olympics, right?
Yeah.
I go hard for some curling, man. I'm not even joking.
That sounds intense.
Yeah. South Korean women, dude, they should have won the whole thing. And I felt like I had a crush on all four of them. They had like their nicknames. They were from a small town in South Korea, and like where they're known for garlic. So they were called the Garlic Girls. They all had like snack nicknames, and it was great, man. I learned all their names. I was like invested in a team that I had never met, and they had never played they had only started curling like 2-3 years ago. Their like story was like ridiculous, and they ended up winning the silver medal at the Olympics, like with the world's greatest. Like,
give me a snack name.
Snack name. One of them was you really put me on the spot with my memory, man.
Like Fritos or something like that.
It was a Korean snack.
Korean.
One of them was like
Korean snacks, but you said they're South African.
That's South African.
Did he not?
I said South Korean, right? I gotta run the tape back.
Okay.
Going off the rails, man.
I mean, the only reason Kev likes to watch women's curling is just so he could watch women's sweep. He just believes the place is in the home. He's just such a misogynist.
Like these cute names.
Oh, Mac, you gotta keep him in the kitchen.
I guess we'll clarify right now that Kev's not like that.
I keep reinforcing it. People are like, oh, is he really like that? He's still working.
Yeah.
That's a pretty serious accusation these days. You gotta clarify. He's not a Trump
supporter.
I should probably
but you do think the country's running pretty smoothly, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, I may not like the guy, but he's one of the best presidents. I should probably stop.
Yeah.
He's terrible. But
he makes a good deal.
Honestly, I'm starting to come around. Like when he had those paper towels and he was shooting them to the Puerto Ricans. I was like, this guy gets. He knows.
I have that picture of him just shooting the J on my phone. I'll never delete it.
Never. That's legendary. That's my president.
Yeah, putting them up.
That's my president. He shoots paper towels.
He shoots paper towels, man. That form is brilliant, dude. That's a shooter right there.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
He had the form. He nailed every target. He had it. Just follow through was amazing.
All right. Well, speaking of shots, this actually reminds me of a question I had for Kev. It's what do you think are the realistic chances that the Sixers get LeBron James?
You know, it's so funny because at the beginning of the year, I was hearing all this talk. I was like, Ben Simmons is his protege. It's perfect, man. We're only one piece away. All this other mess. And then like every other game, I swear it just keeps it feels more real every time. Like if I had to give a percentage right now, I'd say like I'd say 45. I'd say 45%.
It's a pretty good percentage.
Especially after the last Cavs-Sixers game where they were in Cleveland and we just torched them.
Yeah.
Destroyed them. And the whole game, LeBron and JoJo were acting like best friends. I'm like, oh, dude, if you're in with JoJo, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
I sign him now.
I feel like it works, but this like Philly, I feel like they can't. Like
Philly's gonna be really skeptical.
We can't. It's just like
it's gonna be. They're gonna be.
We're
really
not able
skeptical.
to get him.
Like I feel like we would just. I think we would take ourselves out of it. We would just say, "Nah, fuck that guy. No, we don't need him. He's a bitch. He's a little bitch."
That's how some people are. But
yeah,
I like him.
Oh, I'm totally down for it. But you get those fans to be like, we don't want LeBron to win us a championship. I'm like, dude, we'll take a championship how we can get it, dude. I don't know what he's talking about here. I don't know how uppity we got with the Eagles finally bringing it home, but like, let's not act like we're winning championships every year. I mean, I'm getting it again.
Yeah. Let's not have him on our championship roster. We don't need that. Like we would ever deny someone.
Exactly.
What about Fultz though? Is Fultz gonna get back to it? Like,
I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm really not. Like, I think they're gonna Colangelo's gonna sit him all year. He's not coming back this year. It's not happening. He's gonna play that whole. We're sitting him out because of injury, with the quotation marks.
I mean, yeah, that injury. Like, I was looking up at it, and it said physiotherapy. Yeah. Basically, physiotherapy is just like kind of integrated medicine. It's like it might be like acupuncture and stuff like that. It's just not a real science. We're gonna do this specific thing. Bizarre. It's basically like, we don't know.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah, they gave him the perfect injury name to confuse everyone.
Yeah,
that's the imbalance. You know?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that because we're still good, and this team's overperforming.
Yeah,
and if we were having a bad year, I think Fultz would be totally in the spotlight 100%. If the Eagles won a Super Bowl, if the Sixers were bad, if the Phillies just hadn't signed Jake Arrieta, there would be a lot less news going around about us, and then he'd be
I cut out a little bit. That's why I didn't say
anything. I thought you just totally disagree with everything we just put out.
Nope.
That's the stupidest argument I've ever heard in my life, Kevin. You can leave.
Fultz is hurt
forever. Just bench him now. He's 19 years old.
So, more recently, you officially released the Blaise EP.
Oh yes, the film to my name, the coup de grace, my peak. That's it for me. That's
he's done.
Call me a one-hit wonder, and I lean in all the way. Dude. I'm taking that to the bank. They call me Sir Mix-a-Lot over at the DGA, man. Yeah.
This sure does mix.
I mean, Mix-a-Lot, he was out of the game just because he knew he was never going to top. He was like, why try?
That's where I'm at. I'm never going to top Blaise. It's fine. It's cool. I've done my thing. I've contributed to, the culture, man. It's the greatest thing ever.
Forget anything else.
So you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Do you want to hear the backstory behind it? Or,
well, yeah, I had a question. Shoot. You think Fultz's shoulder, maybe he should switch arms? Or what?
It's all lies, man. He's 100% healthy.
We're not taking questions about that anymore.
Rookie of the year next year, guarantee it, 100%. Book it now.
I'll get out my Blaise.
Yeah, well, you really just shut down that question.
No, but I did have this isn't so much as a question as it is a compliment. I wrote down in my notes, good cast.
Thank you. That's
pretty good cast. Those guys are pretty talented.
He said good cast, and then he said pretty good cast.
That means he was thinking about one guy, and then he was the other guy was not so much. Well, I have to say, if we're going to talk about the cast, that's the best. That's the best thing I did about that. That whole film only comes together, in my opinion, because the two guys that lead it, Reynaldo Pinella, shout out to him, and Jordan Christie, were fantastic. They were amazing in every facet. They do so much of the lifting. They make me look so good. And to shout out just how good they're doing. Reynaldo, who plays Blaise, he just had a film premiere at Sundance. So he's kind of just doing big things. He's been on Broadway a bunch of times now.
Are they local Philly
they're
guys?
New York guys,
Okay.
actually. Yeah, Jordan's actually he moved out to LA recently, and he will be on the new season of Atlanta.
Oh,
So he's got
Yeah.
I think he's got a guest spot for at least one episode or two.
definitely.
The season.
So attention, if you're in the Philadelphia area and you're actor, you are shit. You are
I look
stunned.
elsewhere.
Kevin will not work with you.
Yeah, I feel like the two actors or the two characters you drew up were just like two alter egos. You always thought about being, but just never went there.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it very much reminded me
That's
of Ted,
great.
like the two different
I'm
personalities.
so glad that's what people are coming away. Especially like you guys who've known me forever, like as long as we've been alive. People that have known me for so long. I love that you guys kind of pick up on that, because I think this is true for every writer or every like filmmaker. Like we're always taking from ourselves. We're always drawing from our own experience, our own like past, or our own personalities. Like every character I have ever written or ever will write will be me in some way, shape, or
Like
form.
you could have done either of those roles. It wouldn't have been good.
Oh no, it would have been terrible.
But like I can see you having to be like, nah, I got this.
Let me
And
hop
they're
in here.
no.
We would agree.
It would have been a
I'd
comedy
been on
at
both
that
sides
point.
of the table.
Yeah, it would have been a comedy. Like
It'd have been amazing. But yeah, 100%. And I think that's true for me. I think that's true for pretty much any writer, and that will be true for the rest of my career, 100%. So I'm really glad that kind of came across.
You went.
yeah, it was definitely. I don't know if it was the writing or like even something little as just like the way their mannerisms like were portrayed. It was just totally.
Some of it was really weird, because I remember Jordan. He was the other guy on the opposite side of the table. He, to the point we had spent so much time together, to the point where he had like a facial twitch that I do from time to time, and someone pointed it out to me. I was like, "Holy shit!" He's like copying me. It's crazy. So I think just like through all our conversations and us spending so much time together, we just kind of like.
Why do you think he's copying you now? Because you're so cool.
I don't know.
He's just like a
Way
method
cooler
actor.
than me. He looks 10 times better than me.
Cooler than you,
He's better than me in every way, shape, or form. I just don't understand why he would copy me. If anything, I feel
Yeah, the only reason you're on is because he canceled.
He told me. He called me up. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna throw you an underhand, man. I'm gonna throw you."
Well, I saw it. And
He's like, I don't even know these guys.
So he turned this down.
He hit me up. He's like, "Dude, you need to take this because you can clearly do nothing better." I was like,
He's
all
like,
right.
You're like, I think you know
two randos I grew up
yeah, it was. He really let me have it. It's just kind of a dick, but he's just too great not to be.
But now you're here.
So you went out to Seattle?
Yeah.
For a nifty film fest?
Yeah, the two biggest like accolades I got for this film was going to New York and getting honored by the Directors Guild, and then going to Seattle in the spring and going to the biggest film festival in the world that is specifically made for filmmakers who are 25 and younger. So it's like the biggest youth film festival in the world by their calculations.
Oh, yeah.
And it was no joke. I ended up performing. I ended up putting Blaise was screening closing night, which was insane, which was crazy to me, because closing nights, the biggest nights are kind of opening night. They have a night called like Spotlight, or like the showcase night, which is like the prime time middle of the week slot, and then closing night, which is the last like slot of the whole festival. And they put me there, and I was just like, "Whoa, you guys sure?"
Yeah.
Throw us in there. So I was screening with some of the most talented and highly regarded young filmmakers in the world, which was insane.
That's awesome.
I think 3 out of 4 of the filmmakers I was screening with had already been to Sundance.
And there's Kevin.
It was, yeah, and then there's me. And
well, I guess you'll be there soon because you got something else in the works, right?
Yeah, I guess I don't have a choice. But yeah, I'm working on like a thing or two. So I guess the thing that'll be coming, I guess sooner rather than later, because we've filmed a bunch of it already, is I've been working with a good friend of mine who is a rapper by the name of John Rome. He hails from the DMV. I met him while I was at Drexel. We were both film students. And he's been picking up lately as a rapper, singer.
Oh, okay.
Provocateur,
And he-
you know.
And when he's not rapping, he's working at the DMV.
When I say DMV,
he's picking up shifts at the DMV.
yeah. When I say DMV, I'm talking manager at the DMV.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he's from
All right.
DC, Maryland, Virginia area. DMV.
Come on, Kier.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what they call it.
DCMV.
It's the new
is what
lingo.
we call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been picking up steam. He's been performing at venues. He's been up in New York, Philly, down in Baltimore. He's actually doing, he's opening up for this California rapper by the name of Dumbfound Dead. I don't know if you guys know about that guy, but
Oh yeah, I got all his albums.
Kieran's on top of it. But yeah, he's opening up for him in Baltimore in like a couple months or so. So like we actually got together. We always wanted to work together, and we just never really kind of found the time. But we finally got something down, and we shot a music video for his upcoming project. So that'll be coming out sometime this year. And
Well, I'll definitely
Very
look
nice.
forward to seeing that because I know firsthand that Kev makes a good music video.
oh,
Yes, yes, sir.
100%.
We'll talk about
I mean,
Sleepless.
Who do I think I started with here? I mean,
You throw that in the reel, like, you know. Yeah, and this is Sleepless. Pretty much says it all.
I was like, that's literally how I got in the door at all my internships. You shout out my internships out in California. That's how I got in the door. I showed them Sleepless, and they was like, well, we can't give you the management job because nobody would go for that. We can't give a young kid the management. No one's gonna put up with that. But we'll give you the highest job we possibly can, and that'll be intern development. You'll be reading scripts all day. It's pretty high profile. So I gotta thank Sleepless for that because they put me on, man. I'm never going back.
I feel like Kieran had nothing to do with that video. Like, no, with the song.
I got
He
totally
was
snubbed
very
from the
much
song.
like it was centered around him multiple times.
He was key.
It was like, what's this guy doing with his life?
It was amazing. You Kieran, I don't know.
I don't know who I was.
Oh,
not
but then
in
you
it,
died
but,
at the end.
Kevin was.
Oh, right.
Kevin was in it.
Yo, R.I.P.
Kevin.
Kevin.
R.I.P. 2012.
Jeez, that was tough.
Yeah,
was
miss that
tough,
guy.
man.
He
Really
died
miss that
just
guy.
from staring up at the sky too long.
He'll be immortalized though, man. Sleepless is legendary.
Yeah. Shout out.
Oh,
I got
absolutely.
like 1,500 to 2,000 views on YouTube.
I'd say. I mean, like a week.
Yeah, like I was talking a day.
Oh, in a day. Okay, yeah. I was being honest. I didn't want to.
What are
put
we
you
at?
guys on blast.
Here, can you check that right now? What are we at? Like 1 million?
I was gonna say 1.2 million.
Million too?
Yeah, 1.2, 1.3 maybe.
Type. Type check. And
It's
yep,
one.
at
It's
a
1 million flat.
Nice.
It's 1 million flat.
Confirmed.
All right, slowing down a little
Confirmed.
bit.
It's slowing down.
The pace was 1.5, but that's fine. That's fine. Hey, no, we can always boost that.
I mean, yeah, because not to I don't want to be this guy, but I'm just saying, like, we've worked together in the past. I actually hold a school record out here at the Ohio State University for this is real. Now you're gonna think this is serious. I have the most deaths in one play with 7. I died 7 times in one play. That was last May. It was called Forbidden Zones. This is all. I don't know if it's a school record because I have to, do research into the theater department. But I died 7 times.
Jeez, you're like the Nick Foles of plays, man. You're like the Nick Foles of theater.
Yeah, like I would just come in and they were like, well, in fairness, they would ask. They were like, it was like, all right, we need somebody to die in the scene. And I was like, oh, me. I mean, because the quicker you die, the more time you get to just lay on the stage. So there was a lot of slow motion deaths. And then it was about World War I. So I'd like put on a different jacket and then I'd be a German and then I'd die as a German. Then I'd come back. So I'm just saying, it's like the Blaise EP Part 2, where you need a redheaded kid to die 7 times. Just think of it. Just remember.
If we're making a list, you're at the top. I mean, redheaded guys who are going to die 7 times. There's only one man on the list.
You should have, like, at the
Appreciate
4th
that.
time you came back, you should have been, like, ran on stage and, like, I'm back, motherfuckers! And then let them kill you.
Hope I don't die again.
You probably got the biggest standing O after that 7th death because they're like, everyone sees it. Everyone knows how hard you're working out there. No one can ignore 7 deaths, man.
Yes. On an unrelated note, we had 7 walkouts as well. 7 people got up and walked out.
Each death, everyone's like, "Oh, well, that's the end of the show."
Each death, they were like, "What again?" And then just got up.
Well, their favorite character died. What do you want them to do? Like, probably had
that's true, but I wish they had known after the 4th death that I was going to die 3 more times.
There was more Kieran to go around. They just didn't realize it.
No, it's a shame. It's a shame for them.
So. Hey, they're lost, man. They're lost.
We'll do it again. We'll bring them back. We'll show them the next one.
So, Kev, you lived out in LA for a little, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I spent 9 months out there.
How'd you like it?
Well, I'm going back as soon as I can.
Yeah, I'll be back in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Just live it out for me. Actually, I mean, I don't know. Where have you been? Like, how?
So I was kind of up in the Valley, West Hollywood, last time. We made our way out to Malibu.
Oh.
This time we're just staying straight in Hollywood.
Nice.
And
we hope.
But we'll make our way all over. You know.
Yeah.
Try to eat the best eats.
Oh man.
You got any low-key eats?
I got two very specific ones. One's a chain out there, but it's not the one everyone thinks. Everyone thinks it's a specific chain. I'm not even going to mention the name on this podcast. I don't want.
In-N-Out?
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about it. I don't want to hear that name. I don't want to talk about it. They get all the press. They get all the press. I don't want to talk about them because you know what's better than them? Fat Burger. Fat Burger is amazing. It's amazing.
I want to say.
Never heard of it.
I think I had it. I think it was pretty great.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot, right?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
And I got one that's super local. It's not a chain, but it's like super famous. And I went there a couple times while I was out there. Actually, no, I got three. I'll give you two.
Let's hear this one.
This one goes by the name of the Pantry. It's in downtown LA.
Okay.
It's a 24-hour breakfast spot. And it's some of the best breakfast I ever had. And they're super busy at almost all hours of the day. There's a line going outside the restaurant 9 times out of 10.
I like the name.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What's your go-to for breakfast? There.
Pancakes, sausage, and eggs.
Oh, classic.
It's classic, but it's different than
it's done right.
It's done right. Yeah, it's almost like you order for the table kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you order a bunch, and because they're trying to file out people all the time because they get so much business. It's a small little mom and pop shop, but they get so much business. They have to file people out. Got to keep it moving. So it's almost like a conveyor belt kind of thing where you pick the stuff and it comes to your table, you eat up, and then you're out. And it's amazing. It's delicious. So I highly recommend it. It's huge portions. The pancakes are gigantic, but it's amazing. That's one more spot. And then my last food spot recommendation. It's a classic and it's deserved its legendary status. And it's Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
I was gonna bring it up.
That's probably the
original.
Greatest. The original.
Yeah.
The original. It's probably the greatest combination I've ever had in my life of chicken and waffles. Like it's just there's nothing really as good as Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
There's nothing I appreciate more. I mean, no, that's a lie. I appreciate everything. I'd say the same amount, but a high amount, fried chicken.
Fried chicken, some of the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life, period. And then the waffles. Legendary. The chicken and the waffles could stand on their own, but it's a crime to not eat them together. It's a crime.
I had some good chicken and waffles yesterday.
You ain't had Roscoe's.
You ain't have Roscoe.
No, I didn't. It was stupid. That's why I didn't tell you guys.
You sound stupid. Yeah.
Not a hint of denial. Oh, I do have one more place. Well, 2 more places.
Let's go. Let's keep going.
I got 2 more places, but they're not food related. These are just spots you have to hit up.
Okay.
There's a nice, awesome comedy place called the Groundlings. I don't know if.
I know the Groundlings very well. Wait, is this for their food?
The Groundlings, yeah, they do great wings.
Do great wings out in the lobby next.
If you're lucky, Will Ferrell does like a guest spot.
Yeah, Christian Wiig pops in with the chicken every now and then. But I actually had a friend of mine who was working at the Groundlings while I was out there, so he would get me into shows all the time. They do improv shows, 4 to 5 days a week, and they're some of the greatest live shows I've ever seen.
Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Will Ferrell,
Let's
Chris
go.
Kattan, like everybody who you liked from that like '95 cast. Sherry O'Terry went from Philadelphia
100%.
to the Groundlings.
Yep.
I'm a big Groundlings fan.
They are.
Like, if I make it out west, that's number
all
one
the
on my
hype,
list.
dude. If you go out to LA, you want to see something funny, man. Groundlings is where it's at.
What part's that in?
I want to say that's in.
I think they've gotten pretty big where they have a
Yeah.
couple. They might
I'm
have
trying to remember
more
where
than
the
one.
main one is.
Like all in LA?
Yeah. It's like the main one's in LA. The main one's in, I want to say West Hollywood. I want to say WeHo, but I don't remember. But yeah, you got to get out. You can't miss it. They got the Groundlings in big blue letters outside the little building. It's amazing.
Yeah, West Hollywood. Yeah.
Was this about their food?
Well, yeah.
Are we done talking about food? Did I miss that?
Yeah.
I think they got good popcorn.
It's on Melrose Ave
There
in
we
Los
go.
Angeles.
Okay, so
I don't know.
Melrose is West Hollywood.
Yeah, legendary spot. There's some weird shops down there too. You should just walk down Melrose on your way to the Groundlings. Just walk down Melrose. It's one of the most fascinating streets I've ever seen.
Yeah, my brother's got a homie that lives on Melrose over at.
It is bizarre. They have the weirdest shops in the world. There.
It's like South Street, but not Philly.
It's like it's crazy. It's like a West Coast South Street, but like even weirder. Like it's insane.
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird. You have to see it for yourself. I'd go to every shop on that street, 100%.
Yeah, and you could be like, "Oh, is this T-shirt $1,000?"
Yeah, oh, this taxidermy squirrel, $10. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See the taxidermy squirrel down there. It's an interesting
Did you buy?
spot. I didn't have any money, dude. I was broke out there.
Too many squirrels.
Too many squirrels. I was buying the tigers. I was buying the taxidermy tigers. Yeah, you know why they're endangered? They're all down in WeHo. There's a bunch of them.
Oh, who? I mean,
yeah, like people usually just rent them out for their room because that's just the trend out there.
yeah.
You just got a tiger in your room.
Tiger party.
Yeah, tiger party. Yeah, it's like what you do.
Here, yes.
Taxidermy. I'm still on taxidermy tigers. I'm just thinking about a band name I can make with that.
It's amazing.
Taxidermy tiger party.
Taxidermy tiger party. Fantastic.
That's good.
I guess one more spot that's like this one's obvious. Disneyland. I know you think you've been there. I know you've been to
Never
Disney
heard
World.
of
Disney World. Yeah.
Disney World's great and all. And I'm not saying it's better than Disney World, it's just different. You need
As a former Disney employee, it's not better. As a Disney World employee.
It's not better than Disney World, but it's certainly a place you got to go to. You got to experience it. You got to go there one time. And I'm talking Disneyland, and there's like an accompanying park, which name is
California Adventure.
Thank you. Yes, you got to go to both. You got to have like that 2-part like day pass. You got to do it. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's out in Anaheim, right?
Yeah. Yep. It's not that far. It's not that bad of a drive either.
Nah, that's probably like 35, 30. No traffic.
Yeah, no traffic. Yeah.
Everything's like 30 minutes of traffic.
Yeah, you always got an asterisk with LA.
Yeah.
That's the worst. When I was interning out in Santa Monica, I was living downtown. So my commute was an hour and a half both ways.
That could have been, that's another 30 minutes of traffic.
Oh, yeah. 30 minutes, no traffic, amazing. And Santa Monica's gorgeous. It's like everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Literally everything is less than a mile from the beach. Literally everything.
Plan on stopping by.
You should definitely do it. Santa Monica Pier, classic.
Yeah, I really wanted to go. So he's really pushing Venice Pier.
Venice is fine, but Santa Monica
exactly,
is where it's at.
Exactly, man. I know.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. It's okay. He'll find out.
He'll
Once you go down to Santa Monica Pier, you're like, well, this is all I need.
I'll leave him in West Hollywood.
Leave him WeHo.
He might get a little too excited out there.
Keep him on Melrose. You just weird Keith out.
Yeah.
And then you go down to Santa Monica where all the beautiful people are. You just go down there.
Yeah.
I heard the whole thing's a ripoff of Los Santos.
If I had been on Los Santos, I would argue for you, but it just sounds like I hate it.
Well, that was the funniest part. When Nick went to LA a couple months ago, he said he was finding places like, well, you just tell him.
No, I don't know.
No, you're like, oh, you know what?
Like, what was it?
What places did I find?
He was telling me a story. He's like, "Oh, I know this street. There's a gas station up here on the right. I know it from Los Santos."
So I guess Nick is one of those people that says Los Santos is where it's at. Then
Los Santos is where it's
that must be where you.
I had an Uber driver. He's like, "You guys play GTA?" And this Korean guy, as you can tell by the essay, he's like, "Yo, man, you guys play GTA? This is like Los Santos." I was like, he was like, "Yeah, man, this is like the area."
I will say, GTA came out around the time, right before the time I was going out there.
So you got to learn.
So it was crazy how like on point GTA is with Los Angeles. It's just like they really put the work in, dude. Like I'm talking down to the neighborhood. You're like, this is bizarre.
No, yeah. If you head up PCH,
yeah,
and they'll have Point Mugu.
Yeah.
And that's in GTA.
100%, man.
Yeah.
I remember driving up to PCH in real life.
Yeah, no, that's when I was like, oh shit, that's
I was
GTA.
like, oh shit,
yeah.
this is crazy. It's insane. But yeah, PCH, Santa Monica, all that area is gorgeous. I'm talking like both landscape and the people. Everyone's beautiful in Santa Monica. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they do.
Yeah,
maybe there's like a quota they have to
everyone.
meet. It's like everyone's just beautiful. Like even like there was this old guy. He was the handsomest old guy I've ever seen in my life. I was just like, what the hell? What is
How'd you feel?
How'd
you feel after that?
I shook his hand. I mean, I felt like I had to.
Oh,
I felt like I'm in his town. I gotta show him some respect.
And then you looked him in the eyes and you're like, you're beautiful.
I mean, he knew. It was just like, well, yeah, kind of thing. It was
he's had the perfect tan his whole life.
Yeah,
probably.
so I guess he's aware. I guess that's fair. But like, I mean, he should still like say thank you.
Yeah.
You know? Couldn't hurt to just say, well, I know, but like, I appreciate you for recognizing the fact that I'm beautiful. Yeah,
beautiful and tan.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, he was kind of a dick, but like,
man,
I mean,
fucking assholes.
He's beautiful though. He's beautiful. That's fine.
Yeah. Why don't you just marry California?
I mean, I was thinking about it. You know?
I mean, from my point, like, I'm on like a little California mood because I've never been out there. But like the last shows I watched were like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm now binging Modern Family. I just got done with Entourage. A couple of Mad Men's last season where they go out to California. It's like everything in the movie business is just like, come out here.
Like, come on,
basically.
do it. And then you go, and then you're like, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Entourage and Curb are like the reasons I ever wanted to go out there.
They sell it. They sell it so well.
They sell it. It's so real.
Yeah, once you go out there, like, geez, everywhere else sucks. Everywhere else sucks. So yeah, bottom line, I'll be back out there at some point. I need to go out there. I need to be out there again. It was too nice. It's been like, I think it's been 2 years since I was last out there. So
yeah, that's confirmed by your LinkedIn page. It says March 2015. It's actually been 2 years coming up.
It's like 3 years coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh my God, it's 2018. Wow. I did that the other day, and I was like, man, I got to start planning long term. Like, what am I going to be doing in 2 years in 2018? I legit thought that, and I was like, oh my God, it's 2018 now. I just lost 2 years.
That's a travesty, man. Can't just lose 2 years like that.
2 years and 2 seconds.
Jeez,
just
that sounds
gone.
like some like Black Mirror sci-fi stuff, man. That's.
I gotta get on Black Mirror. Nick, you watching Black Mirror?
I just watched I've seen like episodes, like I've seen 1 or 2 episodes from like the first 2 seasons, and those ones like fucked me up for a while. Which, you know, what Black Mirror does.
Really?
And then I watched the premiere season 4 like the other night with like the Star Trek spoof. Dude, show is so good, man.
I haven't seen it.
It's so good. It's like Black Mirror. Have you seen any episodes of Black Mirror?
No.
It's like
Twilight Zone?
Twilight Zone with sci-fi, but like
Twilight Zone is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's basically sci-fi Twilight Zone, but like present day or like very very near future, like close enough where you're like, oh man, this could happen, kind of thing, and it gets you thinking. Like it really does. You're like when you think about like 1 or 2 episodes, you're like, oh, we're 1 or 2 steps away from this being a reality. That's like where the technology is.
Yeah,
it's just on the cusp of like this is possible to. And it's the nightmare scenario of it.
Yeah, it's like a lot like iRobot.
Yeah, Yeah, 100%. Will Smith's detective. He doesn't like robots because there's a prophecy.
And there's aliens, so
yeah.
he's got the white dude with him as his partner.
Yeah, talk to Elon Musk, man. He's got all the answers, dude. He knows.
The future, man. I just saw something the other day. He was proposing it's like a new subway system, but it's like
cars
it's
like
going underground.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 miles an hour or something like that.
It's been the works forever.
Yeah, he's like got the blueprints, man. He's been working on this stuff for a while. He wants to change the way we travel. He wants to colonize Mars, which I don't really get. I don't really get the whole Mars thing because it's a wasteland. It's a wasteland. Anyone who lives up there would be living in like a bubble, and you wouldn't be able to like go outside. Outside is deadness with space.
He's
I don't really get it.
Yeah, man. I mean, just watch. What was it? The Martian. What was that movie with
Matt Damon. The Martian. Yeah, movie by the way.
Yeah,
good movie.
Yeah, let's talk some movies. Any you've seen recently?
Yeah. What about your Oscar? What'd you think of the Oscars?
It's funny. This year, there wasn't really one movie where I was like, that's my favorite. That's the movie I'm championing this year. Like last year with Moonlight and La La Land and those movies, it was like, oh, these are gonna like stand out for years, especially Moonlight. Like I was all on board for Moonlight. This year, I guess my favorite movies this year were Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan, back at it again. He's the man, dude. He's like one of my favorites. Get Out was fantastic.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, so good.
I know
so
everyone.
Good.
That's all I've heard.
So good.
Yeah, my favorite was Lady Bird. I thought Lady Bird was great.
I really liked Lady Bird. I didn't like it as much as some other people. I think it just didn't click with me as much. But like, I think Greta Gerwig is she's gonna be the shit, dude. She's gonna be the indie like darling, like more than she already is. She's gonna be like the indie director darling for years because she's planning on making like
I think so too.
She's planning on making like 3 or 4 movies in Sacramento. Like she wants to hold it down out there, so she's gonna be.
Yeah. What was the one with Daniel Day-Lewis?
Oh, Phantom Thread.
So I saw that.
That movie was weird.
Did you like it?
Like, what did you think? I'll let you give your opinion first.
Dude, it was weird.
It was weird.
It was
really weird, right?
Weird, like
so fucking. You're like what? You're like.
What I like to think of that was Poison Fetish.
Yes, 100%. Oh my god, it was like they were really about it, dude.
Like he was
into it. I was like, what is happening here, man? It was like, it's so funny because that's the one thing that like came across to me because like when I watched the trailer for it, I was like, oh, that's gonna be a beautiful movie. And then I saw who's directing it. Paul Thomas Anderson is one of the weirdest directors in the world. He never does the same thing twice. I got so much respect for that dude. And he always makes movies and writes movies about the most bizarre people in the world. Daniel Day-Lewis plays him like half the time.
Yeah, dude.
Because Daniel Day-Lewis is the greatest. So this was like, I knew it was going to be weird, even though the trailer looked like, oh, just this beautiful movie about a relationship. And he makes these gorgeous, gorgeous dresses. And he lives in the 1950s in London. But this dude's crazy. He's crazy. He's weird as shit. Oh. And so's his wife, man. They're weird as shit. It was just a weird, weird movie. But it was beautiful at the same time. So I was about it.
Yeah. I didn't want him to die.
No, yeah.
That was spoil anything, but he lived.
Well, there goes that.
He lives.
Well, there goes that too. Now I know that.
He's really into poison, though. I'll give you.
He's into poison.
He's really into it, man.
Hey, but if you've had the way he's had it,
yeah, man,
it's sick.
It's the best, man. Bedridden for days. That's how you do. If you're gonna do poison.
If you're gonna do poison,
bedridden for days.
Bedridden for days.
Hell yeah, 100%. No doubt. Oh, did you guys? Oh man, Kev. I have to talk about the best picture winner because gotta give it a shout out because as far as weird movies go, I think Phantom Thread was weirder. And The Shape of Water is about a fish man and a deaf and a mute girl, and they fall in love. And Phantom Thread was weirder, in my opinion. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, they fuck. That's not a spoiler. It's not a big giveaway of the movie. It happens early. They smash. She buries that fish, and it doesn't. And it's more than once. Yeah.
Wow.
But you know what? That's not even the weirdest part of the movie. It's a weird movie, man, and I'm like really surprised.
Like, what kind of fish is he?
He's he's a fish man. He's an amphibious man. He's like
so it's like opposite merman. He's like top half fish.
He's
he's all
fish,
he's all like
penis.
It's like sci-fi monster fish. It's like that fish man that was in like Kim Possible, like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was similar to that.
Now is she in the water? Or is he out of water?
He's out of water because she brings
fish out of water.
She brings him out of water. Exactly. Yes, it's a fish out of water. That movie, you could pitch that movie as a fish out of water.
Yeah.
They probably could have called it Fish Out of Water, but I think he wanted something more unique for the title. So I guess that works. But yeah, he's a fish out of water in like every sense of the word. So it was weird. It was weird. But Guillermo del Toro is a weird dude. He made I think the last big movie he made was with the robots and the monsters. Oh my gosh. They're making a sequel.
Wall-E?
Yeah,
that's
Pacific Rim. Yeah.
Okay.
That was his last. That was one of his last big movies.
Charlie
Day. Back at it for the sequel.
Back at it for the second.
Monsters and robots.
Second rim job.
Can't get enough. Pacific Rim job.
We've all seen that.
We've been around our porn. We know.
We're gonna dance around it, but
we're gonna dance. I'm leaving into it. So yeah, I guess the Oscars for this year, I was pretty cool with the Oscars because I didn't really have a film I really loved or really wanted to win everything, and I was pretty happy with what won and what didn't. The one movie I didn't like this year that got nominated for an Oscar was Three Billboards.
That's what I heard. I heard a lot of people
said
like they did not like Three Billboards.
It
kind of wasn't.
It was not. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, man. I was not about it. What I didn't like about it was the fact that Martin McDonagh is the director and he wrote it too. Martin McDonagh is from, I think, Ireland, and he wrote it, and the way it comes across is like the perspective of somebody who doesn't live in America and how they see America. So it was like an outsider's view of the Midwest. So they talked so weird and it was so clunky. You're like, no one talks like that. No one talks like that here.
Yeah.
And it was just very, very weird and bizarre. And I think what he was going for, he didn't really hit. Like, as far as a director, from a director standpoint. I just don't think he really got what he was going for. But, hey, the movies had some impact. He got 3 billboards, like, people using the 3 billboards thing, like, all over the world. Like, I think someone's using it in Spain and France right now. Like, it's crazy. It really picked up all over the place. But, like, the movie itself is...
What would you think of Frances McDormand? Did you think she was deserving of the Best
She's
Actress?
Always great, but this year I think Margot Robbie should have won. Like I can't really be mad at Frances McDormand because Frances McDormand is a treasure. She's a treasure. That woman's amazing. But I saw like Tanya, which is the biopic about Tanya Harding. I didn't know like anything about Tanya Harding, that was an eye opener. It was like crazy. 90s were weird. 90s were crazy.
Weird time.
Tanya Harding, her story is so interesting, and Margot Robbie killed it. Margot Robbie's awesome. So I thought she should have got it, or Saoirse Ronan should have got it for Lady Bird. I thought one of them should have.
Yeah.
So that would have been my choice. But I can't be mad at Frances McDormand. She's the GOAT, man. She's the best. So it was fine with me. But I don't think 3 Billboards should have won anything personally. That's just my take.
It's a personal note.
On a personal note, I don't have any vendetta against Martin McDonagh, but fuck you, Martin McDonagh. I'm kidding.
If you wanna do anything,
you wanna do anything sometime, you wanna co-write something.
If you wanna fight Kevin, we'll give you his address.
Just throw it out there.
So I was waiting for Kev to come over here for like 20 minutes. I was like, when's he getting here? And I was like, let me check the text. And it was like, yeah, hit me up when you're ready, dude. And I was like, shit.
I was there at my place just waiting patiently. I was like, he said 9 o'clock, but I'm gonna wait because I told him.
I hit him with a will do. Will do hit you up.
Even from my point, like Nick was like, you getting off at 9? Like, you think you get off earlier? Like Kev's let me know. And I'm over here. Like, I'm working hard. Like, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here for Kev. I gotta do this.
And then you thought he canceled.
And then I thought he canceled.
And then he was like, I'm going to hate Kevin now. And, we just couldn't have that. Couldn't have that.
Yeah. No, we couldn't.
There's one thing I would like to talk about. Because, I really haven't had enough opportunities to just express this. And I think we mentioned it, like, earlier in passing, just, casually. But the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And I feel like, that's something we just can't really know, especially because me and Nick are right now.
We both have our Eagles Super Bowl champion shirts on.
This wasn't
Didn't
planned.
plan this.
We just walked in here, and this is what we're wearing. So it just feels like the elephant in the room.
This is life now.
This is reality. Like,
what was it? What happened?
You serious?
No, I just took a nap February 2nd. I woke up February 8th.
Okay. If you literally didn't hear any of that, I was going to be like, well, you have to listen back.
You're going to have to play it back.
You're going to have to play that back.
So, yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, Kev, that actually brings me to a question I had for you. So, there's a lot of good Philly sports movies. If you were to make the next great Philly sports film, what would it be? What's the story about?
Man, I feel like
fictional or real story?
Oh, yeah, that's a good caveat.
It could really be either. I wasn't going that crazy about it. You just tell me whatever you want to tell me.
I'll give you one for each.
All right.
So if we're doing a biopic, I'd have to go with somebody on this Eagles Super Bowl squad.
Well, I mean, I had an idea of what I thought you were going to say. I thought it was going to be like from undrafted to Super Bowl champion.
I was actually just about to say Corey Clement. It just feels like if anyone's going to do that story,
it should be Kevin.
Me, I mean, same story. Hometown, G-Bro made. I feel like if it's gonna happen, I'm doing it. Like, I'm not gonna give that to anyone else.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my birthright. If that has to be done, it's gotta be me. It's gotta be me. Now, if we were making a fictional story, it'd be a basketball story because I don't think Philly has a gritty enough basketball story. We don't have anything. We got the Eagles biopic with that dude who walked on. Mark Wahlberg walks on as an Eagle.
Yeah, no.
That was
the Donnie Jones story.
For basketball. I mean, not the biggest, but you think AI.
Yeah.
And just look at him. Did you hear him last week?
I love my guys. I love my little dudes. They my little guys. I love them.
What game was that? The Hornets? Was that the Hornets game?
Yeah, it was Charlotte. It was down in Charlotte because they was saying he lives in Charlotte.
Yeah, he's from the Virginia, like he's from that area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's from the DMV area.
Definitely in DMV.
He's a DMV guy
from the DMV area, and back down at DMV. But yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend, dude. He's a legend. I would totally do a biopic about him if there wasn't 30 docs on him already. Like, the story's been told.
All right, here's a pitch.
Yo, let me hear
and I don't even know. You just have this. Ready?
All right. No, free of charge. I want this on. I want this recorded.
Free of charge.
All right, cool. I'm not paying you shit.
You do a doc about Michael Vick.
Ooh.
Just dog fighting.
Oh.
Only dog fighting.
Controversial.
Yeah, don't mention the comeback or anything.
The
fact that he played football.
Purely dog fighting.
We don't want to know that he played football before or after.
It's like the fall. It's like the great fall. And there's no rise. There's no resurrection. There's no Phoenix moment. He goes to jail, and that's the end of the story.
No. Then he signs with the Philadelphia Eagles, and then it's just like, yeah, Philly.
We just got him throwing that pass to Deshaun Jackson on Monday Night Football.
As
the Redskins.
Yeah.
That's it. He did it.
Philly changed this man's life.
That was the Giants game. Miracle at the Meadowlands, too.
That was a great game.
That one. That game was. I'm glad I watched that live, too.
He did good with talking.
Yeah, he did good with the talking.
I'm glad I met the standard of more than 20 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, he gave us a solid hour of material. We don't even know what to do with it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
You chop it up. You cut out all the talk about me, like with my Blaise stuff. You can cut that out. My music video plug, you cut that out too. No one wants to hear about me.
No.
About Sixers.
Yeah, I think we need to edit this
So
thing
what we'll
too.
do is all that Sixers and NCAA talk. We're just gonna auto tune that and just make like a little promotional song.
I'm down. It sounds great. It's like the basketball minute. Oh, Kansas, the upset, but the panic be crazy, and you want to talk dirty, talking dirty.
Here, is that a beat?
Yeah, it was a little
That's
clapping
like,
going.
I was gonna.
I figured we didn't.
I was gonna see if Kev wanted to freestyle, but because we'll try to do like a little sway in the morning type deal.
Sway in the morning. Talk to him, Sway.
I guess we'll have Kev back on, and we'll have freestyle that when we have it.
Oh man, I'll have some bars ready.
Yeah,
that's a good
bars
cliffhanger.
So yeah, Kev will be back with bars.
Bars all day.
He's selling them for $5 a piece.
$5 a pop.
They're white. They're the bars. 2 milligrams.
Bars.
They're good bars.
You can't have just one, you know?
You can't just have one. He'll put you to sleep.
So I guess the limit's 2, because you can only have 2.
So I guess you can only have one. All right. Well, Kev, thanks for coming on.
My pleasure, man. Bring me back anytime.
Yeah, you'll be back.
I'm so game.
Maybe we'll bring you on with Petty, and we'll try to get you to get him to talk.
I'll trigger him. I'll say something just ridiculous. I'll get him. I'll catch him on something. I'll be like, so clouds aren't real, right?
And we all know they're not. So,
yeah, just taking a moment to thanks to our sponsors. Today's show is sponsored by Angelo's Diner. Angelo's, we're open for a little bit. Come on in and stop by. We got specials. Buy one, get the second one at the same price.
And I'd like to also shout out our sponsors, Blockbuster. We don't really have a store, but would you promote us or something?
Just talk about us.
All right. We're signing off over here.
All right, signing off.
Blockbuster.
Rest in peace.
Hey, you still there too?
I'm still here. R.I.P. Kevin. That's my last plug, I guess. That's my sign off.
See ya.
All right.